Higgins for three. You betcha.
The pass to Miller outside three. Good.
Big block by Olsen.
Fryer in the paint. Now to Holzer. Left corner three. Bang! Bang! Oh!
Ulster Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Well, as we get ready for the boys contest, you can still see the girls score on the scoreboard. There as West Fargo won earlier tonight in the girls game, 61-58 over the Fargo-Shanley Deacons. The boys game now is slated to get underway, and this is our Irie Insurance pregame show. For all of your insurance requests, visit Irie Insurance online at irieins.com. It's the West Fargo Packers at 13-3 on this season against the Fargo-Shanley Deacons at 10-8 on the year here in EDC boys basketball. Last time these two teams played was on January 6th of 2021 at Fargo-Shanley. Game went into overtime. The Packers won 81-75 in that game. Fode Sharif had 24 points and 9 rebounds for the Packers, while Tyler and Connor Craft, respectively, had 48 points and 15 boards combined for the Fargo-Shanley Deacons. West Fargo has won 3 straight in the series. Last win for Fargo-Shanley, well, that comes in a state qualifying game from the Shield Center on March the 7th of 2020, where the Deacons won 67-65. I'm Chase Miller alongside Reggie Funk. This is our Irie Insurance pregame show. Still to come, we'll get to our starting lineups and the opening tip as well. But first, let's dive into our Coach's Corner after the break. We'll hear from both coaches, Anna Polcheski of West Fargo. But first up is Tony Paper, head coach for the Fargo-Shanley Deacons. It's the Deacons at 10-8 on the season. West Fargo at 13-3, inching closer to the opening tip tonight here in EDC Boys Basketball on your live event.
Let's get real. You're ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
On our Irie Insurance pregame show here today from West Fargo High School, joining us now is Tony Paper, head coach of the Fargo-Shanley Deacons, on our Irie Insurance pregame show as they square off with the Packers. And Tony, just taking a look at your last couple of games, seems like some players are getting into some rhythm. We obviously know the Kraft brothers coming into the year, they were going to garner a lot of recognition, but just taking a look at Jack Pollard, 25 points against Devils Lake in your last contest. Let's start there. What has Jack kind of brought to the team, and what did you see in that 25-point effort from Jack?
Jack's been playing well. He's been running the floor really well. He struggled with a shot a little bit in the middle of the season, but we think he's found it. The last couple of games, he's hit a few threes, and he's feeling a bit more comfortable, from the outside, which is, what we need from him. He's a stretch player for us. He's obviously a very strong kid who can work inside when we think we have a mismatch. But if he finds a shot from the outside and gives us another threat out there besides our guards, it'll be a big help for us going down the stretch here.
The last couple of games we've been able to get in the win column, which obviously is big when you're trying to vie for a top 5 seed or possibly a home EDC play-in or quarterfinal round matchup as well, obviously down the line. What have you liked from your team in these last 3 games, Tony, from what you've seen, maybe from a complete effort?
We've been trying to pick up the tempo a little bit and run the floor a little bit more. We started the year, we were a little lethargic as far as getting out. We were, the last few seasons, we've been more defensive minded because we just didn't have the offensive weapons that some of the bigger schools had, and kind of had to play within ourselves and try to slow the game down. But, we have a few young kids and a few seniors that are good at running the floor, and when we do it under control. And, we can't win games in this league scoring 50, 60 points anymore. The game has changed, and we need to pick up the tempo and be able to get into the 70s to be competitive with the big boys. So we're trying to run the floor, and we're doing a little bit better job of getting a few more possessions per game than we were earlier in the season.
You mentioned about, scoring some points and talk about the last time you played West Fargo. That was a high 70s, low 80s kind of game that went into overtime in January. What can you take from that game that was, right down the wire? And what's going to be a challenge the second time around going up against the Packers, Tony?
Well, with all due respect to West Fargo, we had 28 turnovers that game. We just didn't take care of the ball, and you can't give away 28 possessions against anybody in this league, let alone one of the top boys in the conference. So we just need to be, take better control of the ball. We need that better possessions. We need to cut that 28 number down in half and be able to score. If we score on some, half those possessions, even 40% of, possessions, that's adding 15 to 20 points on top of what we scored. And like you said, it was in the 70s as it was. So we just need to take care of the ball. We need to not get in foul trouble. We had a couple of our starters fouled out that game, which really hurt going into overtime. So we need to be a little bit more disciplined on defense. And then, with West Fargo, you're going to get a heck of a battle. So we need to go in there, like I said, with our mind right and just play good, solid basketball.
The one thing, once you get to this time of the year, just because it is so tight where you could possibly, earn a couple wins to close up the season, all of a sudden you can find yourself 4-3, maybe even a little bit up, or all of a sudden you lose a game, you might find yourself in 6, Tony. It's that close down the stretch here. So as much as, a win does propel you up or a loss propels you down, how much do you just take a look at as, hey, it's another, 2 halves of 36-minute basketball that we have a chance to go get a W? Is that what you're kind of looking at it, even though what a win or a loss could do it from a standing standpoint?
We just got to take care of ourselves. Obviously we want to start playing better basketball. You don't want to take steps back. We want to keep making strides forward and be playing our best basketball in 2 weeks when the tournament starts. We can't worry about what everybody else does. Sure, we'd love to have, get the 4th spot and have a home game. That's kind of been our goal for the last couple of weeks, but Red River's playing good ball and North had a big upset win at Cheyenne. So if everybody else is starting to step up their game, we have to match that and exceed. And again, we can only take care of ourselves, and whatever happens with the final standings, we'll just deal with when that comes. And hopefully we're playing good basketball going into the tournament.
Hey, Tony, as always, thanks so much for your time and best of luck here tonight against the Packers.
Appreciate it, man. Take care.
That again, Tony Paper, head coach of the Fargo-Shanley Deacons. We come back after this. We'll get a little bit closer to starting lineups and the opening tip on our Irie Insurance pregame show.
For all your flooring needs, look no further than Carlson Customs Incorporated. From tile, Cortex, and laminate flooring, waterproof floors, shower tiles, and carpet, you are sure to find what you need to update or create the perfect feel in your home or business. Locally owned and operated, Carlson Customs Incorporated. Call Todd at 218-531-0176.
If you want help from a firm who has integrity, respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the benefit of the community, then look no further than Onstead Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys are dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsborough, and Castleton, or visit our website at www.onsteadlaw.com.
As we continue on our Coach's Corner here from West Fargo High School and EDC Boys Basketball, joining us now is Packers head coach, that's Adam Palczewski. And Adam, you take a look at your Fargo South game, a nice balanced effort from your club from top to bottom. You find a way to grind out a win in February, which is what you're going to get in the EDC. Just talk about Fode Sharif being in the starting lineup and kind of what does he provide to this team, whether he is a starter or coming off the bench, Adam.
Fode provides a lot of positives for our team, not just with scoring, but also rebounding. He's really picked up his effort on the defensive end and committed to becoming a better defender. So now he can play on both ends of the court. His role is increased, but the minutes have been about the same for everybody, to be honest. We're still splitting about minutes between 7 guys, and they're all getting 20 to 30 minutes a game. But no, Fode's been a welcome transfer in, and we're definitely glad to have him.
You take a look at a guy like Brett Lemke, his last 2 games, doesn't really get on the scoring column against Central, but he still has an impact in the win. And then against Fargo South, just kind of did what he needed to do in the first half and hit some big time threes when he needed them in the second half. What does Brett Lemke do for a team? Because he could go off for 5-6 threes in a night. You've seen it, but also he could just have 5 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists all of a sudden at the end of the night and be just as efficient, Adam.
Well, the biggest thing, Brett has committed so much to taking care of the basketball this year. His turnover numbers are way down from last year, which is great. And what you need from a senior point guard. So he's taking care of the ball. He's getting us into our offense. One thing that you don't really notice, but he's such a tremendous shooter, which makes him a tremendous screener as well if he commits to it. And he has. He's probably the best screener we have, which gets other people open because guys are not going to leave him. So there's no help. So the curls and some flex screens and stuff like that, they're open all the time for other guys because of what Brett does and the sacrifices he makes. His shots coming around, which is good at this time of year. And I think, he's kind of hitting his stride when we need him to.
You go up against Fargo-Shanley, just like you guys, they're in a dogfight where a win can move you up the standings. A loss maybe puts you down the standings during this time of the year. What do you remember from that early January game at McCormick Gymnasium, went to overtime? What needs to stay the same or what needs to change, I guess, Adam, from your point of view the second time around?
Well, we played pretty well in that game. We controlled most of it on both ends of the court. Just at the end, they hit some threes and we had some turnovers, which hurt us towards the end. And then our rebounding was not as good then as it is now. We are an undersized team and we have to take a lot of pride in our rebounding with all 5 guys on the court closing out possessions. So we've really focused on that, especially the last couple of weeks. And Brett Lemke, since we mentioned him, he's focused on that too. So his rebounding numbers are up the last couple of games because he's now pursuing the ball, which helps us start our fast break and everything else when the point guard can just go and get it. So, take care of the basketball in crunch time, keep it moving, get our offense moving, make them play half-court defense for a full shot clock. And then, just do our job, make sure the Craft boys don't get off. I think Tyler had a fantastic game against us last time. He hit like 7 threes or something like that. He played really well. So we're just going to hold them below their scoring averages. And if we do that, we should be in good shape.
I was just going to ask you, what is it about the Craft boys that does make it a challenge? Because those two, Tyler and Connor, both had a really nice performance last time against you guys, and they've done it to other teams throughout the year as well. What makes that a 1-2 combination tough to at least try to contain, for a full 36 minutes, Adam?
Well, obviously they're skilled and they have some good size. So those two things put together make them tough to handle. And we don't have that good of a good size. So the length in that matchup. So even if you make them shoot a tough shot, they can sometimes get a rebound and get a putback and some other things like that. So again, you just got to try to hold them down and keep them out of their flow as much as possible. And then hopefully you've done that for a full game. And like I said, held them under their scoring average. And if they're under their average and everyone else scores as they should, we should be in good shape, as I said before.
Adam, as always, thanks so much for your time and best of luck here tonight against Coach Paper and the Deacons.
Thanks, Chase.
Adam Palczewski, head coach of the West Fargo Packers. Starting lineups and opening tip is next here for EDC Boys Basketball. Since 1981, Park Christian School has been educating the next generation of leaders in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo area. Park Christian's thoroughly Christian education and commitment to academic excellence has resulted in a confident tradition of student success. Students graduate from Park Christian School strong in their faith and well prepared for the rigors of college, career, and relationships. Call 218-236-0500 to schedule your visit or go online to parkchristianschool.org.
Welcome to Ada, Minnesota. There's much to offer for new residents and much to do once you're here. Medical facility, living community, and assistant living. A beautiful school campus providing quality education. The Deco Center with a 24-hour fitness center. A community of faith with church and youth programs. Auto dealers, bowling, theater, farm implement and agronomy centers. Banks, retail and service businesses, a radio station, and much more. With employment and housing available, welcome to the City of Ada to work, raise a family, and relax. Contact the City of Ada for more information.
And that does it for our Irie Insurance pregame show, fans. For more information, go online to IrieINS.com. That's IrieINS.com for all of your insurance requests. Chase Miller alongside Reggie Funk as we get ready for the starting lineups and the opening tip. West Fargo will look for the season sweep here of the Fargo-Shanley Deacons. Well, Fargo-Shanley will look for the split, and the EDC is very tight. We'll get into the standings throughout the broadcast. Carter Jager, a 5'10 senior guard, averaging 4 points and 4 assists per contest. You have Jack Pollard, a 6'2 senior forward, coming off a season-high 25 points at Devils Lake in their last game on Thursday in the win. Bakiria Kim, a 6'4 junior forward, Hakim averaging 7 and 4 per contest. Connor Kraft, the younger brother of Tyler Kraft. Connor, a 6'5 junior forward, averaging 19 and 9. And then you have Tyler Kraft, the future Cobber men's basketball player, a 6'3" senior guard. So a pair of Crafts, Kim Pollard and Jaeger. Shanley, head coached by Tony Paper in his second full season, 10-8 on the season and 10-7 in conference play. On the opposite side here for the West Fargo Packers, head coached by Adam Palczewski in 5 years on the bench. 13 wins, 3 losses, 12-3 in conference play here for the West Fargo Packers. They're going to go like this. Parker Nelson. Nelson, a 5'11" senior guard, averaging 8 points and 3 rebounds per contest. You also have Kaden Zapata. Zapata does a lot of the defensive, dirty, grimy work here for Coach Palczewski, averaging 5 points and alongside 2 steals. Brett Limke, a 6'1" senior guard, averaging 13 points and 2 assists for Brett Limke. You have Carson Hagerly, the NDSU football commit. Hagerly averaging 16 and 6 per contest. And Fode Sharif, a 6'4" senior forward, averaging 14 points and 8 rebounds here for the West Fargo Packers. So Nelson, Zapata, Limke, Hagerly, and Sharif. West Fargo, head coach by Adam Palczewski. After tonight for West Fargo, Thursday against Fargo North, who just beat Cheyenne. Then they go to Red River, and the Rough Riders put the most points on West Fargo this season in a contest here early this year at West Fargo, where the Rough Riders dropped 101 on them. And then you close off the year against Wahpeton and Valley City. 4 games left for West Fargo. For Shanley, up next, a game against Wahpeton, then Devils Lake to close off the regular season. Opening tip is up at 7:54 on a Tuesday night, and won by the Fargo Shanley Deacons. This one going hard down the paint is Jaeger. Loses it. Going the other way now is Brett Limke. Hagerly across. There's Hakim, who snipes it away before it goes to Zapata. Back and forth quicker than a ping pong match. This one goes to Jaeger. Right-hand side 3. Pollard tickles a twine. Jack Pollard goes where he left off against Devils Lake with a season-high 25 points. Gets the first 3 here tonight. In our pregame conversation, Tony Paper said one thing we have to clean up the last time we paid the Packers is turnovers. They had over 25 in the game, and they still lost by single digits in overtime. This one goes to Hagerly. Hagerly drives. Well, here's a turnover going the opposite way against West Fargo. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers. They find Pollard again. Right baseline jumper, no. Hakim with the rebound. Put back over Sharif. Yes! The Curry Hakim with 2 points and a board, and it's a 5-0 run to start this contest for Fargo Shanley, and a turnover in the backcourt. 3 possessions and 3 turnovers by the Packers. This EDC is awfully tight. Davies and Cheyenne at 1 and 2 respectively. West Fargo a game and a half behind Davies for first, a half behind Cheyenne. Then it's a dogfight for that final top 4 spot in the conference. Hakim on the inside. They front with Limke. Hagerly trying to get the steal, unable to do so. Hakim now with 4. Fargo Shanley currently tied with Red River in the EDC in games behind. The North is 6, just a half game behind Red River and Shanley respectively, as Tyler Kraft gets the block shot there for the Deacons. And you got Fargo South right behind North by a game and a half, so it's awfully tight. Top 4 will earn a bye into the quarterfinals and host. The 5th would also earn a bye to the quarters, but have to go on the road. Zapata cutting back door. Nice find by Fode Sharif. Zapata with the 2 points there as the Deacons lead is trimmed down to 5. An up and down kind of a game West Fargo played with Fargo South back on Saturday in their 85-79 win. The Packers have won 6 of 7 in 3 straight here for West Fargo. Hakim backing down Limke, goes to the baseline. Sharif able to get there in a turnover. Hagerly up the other end of the floor to Zapata for another layup here by Caden. So a 7-0 run to start the game by Fargo Shanley, match with back-to-back Caden Zapata layups, and the Packers are back within 3. Pollard goes the other end, tries to finish with the left hand, can't. Rebound by Fode Sharif, now to Limke. Limke in transition for West Fargo, finds Zapata. Back up top to Sharif, around the horn goes Nelson. Nelson drives, hangs, shoot, floater, no. Rebound gets tapped down, and it's won by West Fargo. Hagerly inside Zapata, yes. Check that. Parker Nelson with the 2 points. Give Hagerly the assist. And just like that, West Fargo, with the next 6 points of this game, brings it back within 1. If this is any indication of what the EDC boys basketball tournament is going to be this year, it's going to be a lot of fun, because you can go all the way down even to the 8th seed of Grand Forks Central at 6-9. They beat Red River early this year. there's going to be some teams that might pull the upset without question once you get to the month of March here in the EDC. Seems like it happens every year. This one on the inside to Hakim. Hakim back in his defender down, spins to the baseline on Sharif, tries the up and under move over Fode and gets it to go. Vakiri Hakim already with 6 points here by the Deacons, 6 of their 9. They lead it by 3. On your United Savings Credit Union scoreboard, turnover number 4 now on West Fargo. The other end to Pollard, and it's a block shot. No goaltend, a block shot there by Fode Sharif. Limke, Zepeda finds Hagerly, who lost it, but a reaching foul. Carter Jager looks to be the guilty party here, and he is. That'll be Carter's first, team's first, as Nick Carlson will check in for West Fargo. Carlson got injured and didn't play against Fargo. Davies injured his ankle in practice. And since then, Fode Sharif has not come off the starting lineup, but Nick Carlson, a guy that averages 16 and 7 per game for the 6'4" senior forward. One thing talking to Coach Balcheski is like anybody that plays on any given night for West Fargo, their 7-man rotation can easily play 20-plus minutes. Limke, triple, got it, and we're knotted at 9 apiece. Limke with his 45th made three-pointer of the season as Parker Nelson bear hugs Adam Polcheski. He gets the steal, but then it's Kraft the other way. Misses the dunk! And Nelson able to come up with this one. Hagerly, the other end of the floor, throws it up and gets fouled in the act of shooting. Oh, that was a quick back and forth there as Adam Polcheski's laughing with head football coach Jay Gibson and one of his assistants right there. Parker Nelson just came in and bear hugged his coach. You can't do that in practice, but in a game you're probably okay with doing that. Trying to go after the ball as Hagerly will go to the free throw line. The foul here on Fargo-Shanley will be on Connor Kraft, his first, team second. We'll have to ask our cameraman Reggie Funk here in a second if he ever ran into a coach during a game or anything in that nature playing a basketball. Hagerly makes the first. Free throw attempt number 2 is good as well. So West Fargo takes their first lead of the contest at 11-9 here with 14 minutes left to play in this opening half as we have a double dribble in the backcourt. Shanley's third turnover of the contest as Carter Jager will check out for Fargo-Shanley. Coming in will be Soka Porter, a 6-foot senior guard, as Zepeda gets ready to inbound this basketball. The West Fargo Packers right now lead it by 2. Fargo-Shanley came on a 7-0 run right out of the game, little blitzkrieg. On the other end, West Fargo answers with another triple by Brett Limke. Limke has hit 3 or more threes in a game 10 times this season, and he's well on his way here with his second early in this EDC boys basketball contest. West Fargo with their largest lead here at 5 on your United Savings Credit Union scoreboard. Deacons, since it was 7-0, it's a 14-2 run by West Fargo. Three-pointer by Kraft is off the mark. Rebound, we're going to get a jump ball possession, will favor the West Fargo Packers. A little full-court press. Fargo-Shanley awfully good defensively, second in the conference, just allowing 60 points per game. 7th in the conference, averaging 65 offensively. Zepeda, 3! Tickles the twine! Caden Zepeda now with 7. His 9th three-pointer of the season, and the Packers on a 17-2 run. This one goes the other side here for Fargo-Shanley to Pollard, right-hand side to Kraft. As Connor trying to get to the rim, does, and gets fouled in the act of shooting. Parker Nelson with his first, team's first, and going to the line is going to be Connor Kraft. Kraft, a 68% free throw shooter from the stripe this season, 49 of 72, averaging 19 and 9, and he gets his first point of the evening. Third Deacon player in the scoring column here, as Fargo-Shanley cuts that deficit down to 7. Free throw attempt number 2 here for Kraft. The Deacons this year shooting 66% from the line as a team. That's second best in the EDC as Kraft goes 2 for 2. Little full court token pressure here by the Deacons. Nick Carlson with a couple dribbles here in the front court. Skips it to Parker Nelson. Nelson's going to drive to the paint, shot up off the mark, and a rebound comes down to Connor Kraft. Other end of the floor here for Fargo-Shanley. Pollard at the right wing. Looking back door now in the hands of Tyler Kraft. Kraft back to Pollard. Trying to set a pick for Connor coming across, and the paint does. 16 seconds now on the shot clock. Pollard inside, off the backboard, and count it. Limke with the foul, his first, team second. It's an and one opportunity here for the Fargo-Shanley Deacons. Jack Pollard now with 5 points, chance to make it 6. Jaden Grefsrud and Fode Sharif will check in here for the West Fargo Packers. Sharif back into the game. Grefsrud, a 6'1 senior forward, averaging 5 points and 3 boards. Here's the free throw attempt on the way by Pollard. That one's off the mark. Rebound comes to Nick Carlson, his first of the contest. Carlson had a couple of triples in their win against Fargo South. Limke, 3 on the way. That was halfway down and rattled out. Rebound comes down to Jackson Paul, a 6'4 senior forward. On the floor right now, Tyler Kraft guarded by Zapata on this man defense. Throws it almost away as Pollard saves it before it goes into the West Fargo student section. With it now, it's Soka Porter on the drive, and Fode Sharif gets the block and goes to the other end of the floor. Sharif to Zapata, finds a backdoor Carlson. Leaves it right-hand side of Limke. Limke at the right wing, jab step, goes inside the paint, kick out, Zapata, left pocket, 3 on the way. That one's going to be off the mark. Rebound, won by Grefsrud, and back to Limke, inside to Sharif, and we're going to get a tip ball. Ball will stay with the West Fargo Packers. So Jaden Grefsrud at that one will give another opportunity here for the Packers after grabbing that basketball and saving it before it went into the sideline. 3-pointer by Nick Carlson. No, Jaden Grefsrud, though, with another offensive board here, and the Packers get a fresh 30. Zapata, top of the key for 3. Got it to go! Caden Zapata matches a season high in points with 10 and threes with 2 in the opening minutes. This one goes a turnover on Fargo-Shanley. The Packers right now lead it by 7. Grefsrud, top of the key, leaves it left-hand side to Carlson. West Fargo so far with 4 made 3-pointers on the night. Limke rips it through, finds Grefsrud. Grefsrud back to Limke, left wing, inside Carlson. Carlson looking to back his defender down. Little baby hook off the front iron. Kraft able to get the ball. Connor Kraft up the other end of the floor to older brother Tyler. Tyler, a little Euro step across the paint off the backboard. No. Rebound by Fode Sharif. Sharif to Zapata. Zapata with the right hand scoop, blocked by Kraft. Up the other end of the floor now to Tyler. It's 2-on-1. The 2 with West Fargo, and Tyler just waiting for some numbers. Finds Paul. Ball gets kicked out. Pollard, right wing 3. Long. Board goes to Soka Porter. And another 30 seconds here for Shanley. Kraft, top of the key. He'll shoot the 3. That one's off the mark. A rebound to Nick Carlson. As Carlson grabbed it from his teammate there by Fode Sharif. Sharif rips it through, takes a couple hard dribbles down the paint off the backboard and count it. Fode Sharif becomes the 5th different Packer in the scoring column. The foul on Tyler Kraft, his first, team's 3rd. And for the West Fargo Packers, every starter has officially scored as we have a timeout on the floor. 10:31 left to play here in the first quarter. West Fargo leads it by 9 here on your live event.
For all your flooring needs, look no further than Carlson Customs Incorporated. From tile, Cortex, and laminate flooring, waterproof floors, shower tiles, and carpet, you are sure to find what you need to update or create the perfect feel in your home or business. Locally owned and operated, Carlson Customs Incorporated. Call Todd at 218-531-0176.
The EDC boys hockey tournament also going on here tonight as they're making their way to the state hockey tournament not too far away. As you have the quarterfinals going on this evening, we'll give you some scores from across the region at halftime. Also recap what happened in the girls game and get you slated for the second half. That's all coming up on our halftime show. Still got a ways to get there, though, with 10:31 left to play here in the first half. The West Fargo Packers lead it right now over the Fargo-Shanley Deacons on your United Savings Credit Union scoreboard with 4 locations, 2 of them in Fargo, 1 in Dilworth, and 1 in Detroit Lake. So after a 7-0 start for Fargo-Shanley, the Packers have answered and some as they lead it by 9, and Fode Sharif goes to the free throw line, a 71% free throw shooter on the season. After the last foul on Fargo-Shanley's Tyler Kraft, his first and the team's 3rd before the break. Sharif buries the free throw attempt. West Fargo now 3 of 3 from the free throw line. Fargo-Shanley brings the ball in the front court, and Soka Porter has a double dribble violation. Turnover number 5 here on the Deacons. Seen a 7-man rotation so far for Shanley, same for West Fargo. You talk with coaches by the time you get to the month of February, you kind of want that rotation to 7, 8, maybe 9 if you feel like you can get a player, 10-plus minutes in a game. As Carlson shot off the mark, no good. Ball gets tapped around. It's going to be underneath. Saved, though, by Nelson right to Parker Nelson. Saves it right to Nick Carlson. So give Parker Nelson the board and the assist. And Nick Carlson now with his first field goal. As Fargo looks to trap in the front court. Paul with it, as it's now going to be with Carter Jager. Jager looks to take a ball screen as Shanley blinks and almost West Fargo's doubling him up. Jager, three-pointer off the mark. Connor Kraft gets the rebound, his third. And Fargo-Shanley with another opportunity here in the offensive front court. This one goes right-hand side, Soka Porter to Hakim. Hakim with 6 points on the night for the Deacons. Finds Kraft, rises three, yes! Connor Kraft now with 5. That's his 35th three-pointer of the season. Deacons trail it by 9. Other end of the floor here for West Fargo. Grefstrud with it. He lost it for a second, still on the floor, and we're going to have a foul here on the push by Fargo-Shanley and Jackson Paul. Paul with his first and the team's fourth as the Packers will inbound it. West Fargo second in the EDC in scoring at 80 per contest. Defensively, they're giving up 66 per game, but again, 80 per contest here for West Fargo, just trailing Fargo-Davies in that category. This one, posting up is Carlson on the inside. Carlson trying to bang on the interior. Tries to finish with the left hand and does. Carlson on the way up just kind of went with the right, then said, excuse me, I'll try to finish with the left, and the Packers lead it by 11. Fargo-Shanley in the front court right now with Carter Jager. Jager, left-handed dribble, leaves it up top to Hakim. Hakim going on the inside, ball gets reversed around the horn, left wing to Soka Porter. Soka Porter right-hand side to the right wing, free throw line extended as Hakim is trying to post up. This one at the top of the key, back to the right wing, shot clock down to 5. Kraft with the basketball to 3 to 2. Kraft has to try to get one off, spins, hangs, shoot off the mark, no good, and we're going to have a shot clock violation here on Fargo-Shanley. Anthony Water will check into the contest here for the Deacons. Also coming back in is Tyler Kraft. He's coming out will be Soka Porter and Jackson Paul. West Fargo up by double digits here. A win for the Packers still keeps them alive, barring the outcome of some games here tonight and throughout the rest of the season to try to be a top 2 seed. If the season ended today, West Fargo would be the number 3 seed and host a quarterfinal round game. Currently trailing Cheyenne and Fargo-Davies for the 2-1 spot. Shot off the mark by Hagerly. Rebound goes to Anthony Warner. Other end of the floor at 3-on-3. This one goes to Kraft. He lost it on his way up as it stays with Fargo-Shanley. The Deacons on the other end trail Red River, or tied with Red River right now in the conference, 4.5 back for the number 4 spot, and they're a half game up over Fargo North, who sits in 6th. So an awfully big game in the EDC standings. If Fargo-Shanley, if they can pick up a win here tonight, get one step closer, at least being the number 4 seed and hosting a quarterfinal round game. Tyler Kraft, three-pointer off the iron, no. Rebound gets to Carson Hagerly, his second. Hagerly with it, the other end of the floor, slows it up now to Grefstrud. Grefstrud right-hand side to Parker Nelson. Nelson crossing over, gives it to Nick Carlson, rises for 3, off the heel of the rim, and the ball goes to Fargo-Shanley with Tyler Kraft. Kraft to Connor Kraft. Connor puts the shoulder down, and a blocking foul will be on Carson Hagerly. Hagerly will pick up his first, team's third here for West Fargo as Limke and Zepeda return for the Packers as Grefstrud and Carlson will check out. So West Fargo going with a little bit of a smaller lineup here. West Fargo not the most overall tallest team when it comes to 6'6", 6'8", 6'9" kind of players. 6'4" Carlson and 6'4" Fode Sharif are their tallest on the roster here for the Packers. In comparison, you have Anthony Water, who's 6'10", as we have a 5-second violation on Fargo-Shanley. Water again 6'10". You got Kraft at 6'5", and Bakiri Kim at 6'4". As Fargo going for the season sweep of Fargo-Shanley. If they win this one, they'll win their 4th straight in the matchup with the Deacons as Fode Sharif hits the right wing 3. Sharif with his 18th three-pointer of the season. He's got 6. And the Packers with their largest lead right now at 14, nearing the 7-minute mark in this first half. Kraft with the basketball. Tyler looks for a ball screen. Hedging there is going to be West Fargo with Sharif, and then Water gets fouled in the act of shooting. Anthony will go to the free throw line. Water 9 of 21 from the stripe here this season. The foul will be on Parker Nelson, his second, team's fourth. Going to the line will be Water to shoot 2 here for Fargo-Shanley. The Deacons now 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Free throw attempt number 2 here upcoming by Water. This to try to cut that lead down to 12. Free throw attempt number 2 here for the Deacons. Water goes 2 for 2 from the line. Becomes the 4th player in the scoring column for Fargo-Shanley. West Fargo goes the other end. Parker Nelson driving, kicked Zepeda. This for a 3. Got it to go! Kenan Zepeda now with a season high 13 points and 3 made threes, and he's done it all in the opening 11 minutes here of this first half. Zepeda has been the difference maker. Kraft gives it to Kraft. That's Tyler to Connor, older to younger brother. As now it goes back to Tyler with the shot clock down to 13. Tyler looks for a high ball screen from Moore, goes behind the back, kick out now to Connor. Right wing three-pointer on the way, got it to go. Connor Kraft with the triple. He's got 8, his second made 3 here for the Deacons for Connor Kraft. Fode Sharif trying to answer the other end. Bounce pass to Zepeda. He checked 3. Yes, sir! It's a Sweet 16 for Zepeda. And a big grin by head coach Adam Polcheski to boot. Zepeda, his 4th made 3 of the game, a season-high 16, and a timeout on the floor. West Fargo leads by 15.
Since 1981, Park Christian School has been educating the next generation of leaders in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo area. Park Christian's thoroughly Christian education and commitment to academic excellence has resulted in a confident tradition of student success. Students graduate from Park Christian School strong in their faith and well prepared for the rigors of college, career, and relationships. Call 218-236-0500 to schedule your visit or go online to parkchristianschool.org.
You never know what you're going to see when you come to sporting events. That's what the beauty of sporting events are, no matter what level, what age, boys or girls. You just never know. You might see a perfect game. You might see a soccer player maybe score 2-3 goals. You might see 1 or 2 hat tricks in hockey. And right now, Kenan Zepeda with 16 first half points, 16 of the 36. He came in averaging just 5 points per game. Known for his defense, but he's got the green light, got the first one to go down, and now he is shooting the lights out here in this one after a timeout by Fargo-Shanley. They have 3 remaining. Zepeda to Sharif, left of the key three-pointer. That's off the iron, no good. Connor Kraft gets the rebound, his 4th, but Kenan Zepeda again a season-high 16 points and 4 three-pointers. Also a season-high is the first half storyline. This one going back cut is going to be Kraft. Lost it on his way up. Kenan Zepeda there defensively as well after it goes off of Kraft's knee, and a turnover here on the Deacons, their 8th of the contest. Nick Carlson will check in for Fode Sharif. The Packers trying to win their 4th straight game, the same as well for Fargo-Shanley here. A couple of games across the EDC tonight. Red River at Cheyenne. That has large implications in the EDC standings. Grand Forks Central traveling to Devil's Lake here tonight as well. Davies at South and Valley City at Wahpeton for your EDC scoreboard. Nick Carlson throws it into the Shanley student section, so a turnover here on the Packers as Jaden Grefstrud will check into the game for Parker Nelson. Vikiri Hakim will come in for Fargo-Shanley, and still check in for Jackson Paul. Deacons started the game on a 7-0 run in the opening 60 to 75 seconds, and then West Fargo answered and some. West Fargo had a 14-2 run after that, and the Packers have never trailed since. A very interesting point of the game. Fargo-Shanley down 15. If they can cut this down to 10 or single digits, feel good about yourself going to the half, being very much within striking distance. If it goes the other side where West Fargo gets the next 7-8 points and builds this lead up to 20, they could try to go for an early knockout punch. Hakim off the mark. Rebound goes to Nick Carlson. Carlson sees it the other way, lost it, trips up, turnover. Now going hard to the paint is Jager over Zepeda, and Caden picks up the foul. Kenan Zepeda with his first, team's 5th, and Carter Jager goes to the line. Carter 15 of 17 from the stripe here this season. Goes to the line to shoot 2. Fargo-Shanley as a team 4 of 5 from the stripe. after tonight for Fargo-Shanley, a home game against Wahpeton, and then the regular season finale on a week from tonight at home against Devils Lake, as Jaeger makes them both. For West Fargo, busy week, home to North on Thursday, at Red River Friday, and 2 games next week as well against Wahpeton and Valley City. Free throw attempt number 2 is off the mark. Sharif gets the rebound, and the Packers see that lead to 14. Shanley with a little zone defense here. Limke on the evening with 2 made threes. Zepeda's got 4, and Limke's pass across the paint going to be tipped by Fargo-Shanley. 7 threes combined for the Packers. And a timeout on the floor by head coach Adam Palczewski. We'll break with them. Packers lead by 14 here on your live event.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
After the timeout by the West Fargo Packers, they'll have 4 remaining. For Fargo-Shanley, they have 3. Renji Funk handling the camera. Chase Miller with you here for EDC Boys Basketball at West Fargo. The Packers well on their way to trying to get to their average of 80 points, nearly halfway there. Fargo-Shanley averages 65 a night. Right now the Packers have just been able to hit consistent shots, and again, they're looking for that extra 1 or 2 good looks here to try to put this one out of reach early in half number 1. Shanley, after playing man for the majority of the game, going to a little 2-3 zone, trying to give the Packers something else to look at. Grefsrud shot off the mark. Rebound by Carlson, put back good. Nick Carlson now with 6 points and 4 rebounds here for the West Fargo Packers. Hakim, just like that, had 6 points in the opening couple of minutes for Fargo-Shanley. He's been held quiet since, hasn't scored since, but still has a handful of rebounds as well. This one goes to Kraft. Inside looking for Hakim. Ball gets deflected, stolen away then officially by Limke. Limke up the near sideline to Zepeda. Back to Limke. Limke to Zepeda here looking on the interior. Limke driving kick. Goes to Sharif. Sharif will leave it to the baseline. 3-pointer coming, and that's Jennings Grefsrud. The 8th 3 of the first half by West Fargo, and Grefsrud becomes the 7th player to score. Every player who's played for West Fargo has officially got a bucket. Tyler Kraft looking for Connor Kraft, and the ball will go out of play as they're looking for the little alley-oop there between brothers. And Fargo-Shanley will handle it here. Deacons trailing it by 19 points. Winners of 3 straight games, 4 of 5. They went up to Devils Lake on Thursday and took care of business against the Firebirds 76-41 as Nick Carlson gets the block shot there after the drive of Connor Kraft. Akiri Hakim, this one will go out of bounds into the Fargo-Shanley Deacons. Game that started at 7:54 here tonight, nearly a half hour old. 3 minutes till we get to our halftime show. A look at the first half numbers here out of town scoreboard as well, and what's upcoming this weekend this week on your live event. Good move there by Tyler Kraft to go the baseline and spot up from 10. Tyler Kraft with his first field goal here of the night. Fode Sharif lost it the other way. Hakim in transition goes to Jaeger. Jaeger shot no off the mark. Ball will be out of play off of Hakim for Fargo-Shanley. Tough one there for the Deacons after they got the stop and try to go in transition, and Carter just unable to finish at the rim, but good hustle by the Packers. And one thing we've seen by West Fargo, whether it's Greg Limke or now coaching Adam Palczewski, West Fargo, they're going to have a motor that's wide open on offense and defense with these type of players. Carlson's pass gets intercepted by Kraft as we go the other way to Hakim. Hakim finds Tyler Kraft in the front court for Fargo-Shanley. As a shot clock, going to be a deep 3-pointer here by Jaeger, and he gets it to go. Carter Jaeger with the triple, his 13th made 3-pointer of the season. Deacons trailing it by 14, kind of hanging in the weeds right now. Again, if they can get a little 5-0-6-0 run in them, get this puppy down to single digits before the half, and, well, that'll help. A couple of turnovers here, 3 straight by West Fargo. All of a sudden, if Shanley can get another bucket here, it could be down by 11 or 12. Jagger looking on the inside now to Connor Kraft. Kraft goes down the paint, goes up, lost it, and a turnover here as it goes the other end. This one will be with Grefsrud in the front court. Ball left short corner to Carlson, up top to Zepeda, extra find to Limke, around the horn now to Grefsrud. Shot is in and out, no good, but great ball movement by West Fargo, getting a good look for a great look as Carson Hagerly will check into the contest for Zepeda. Coming in for Fargo, Shanley will be Soka Porter as he'll come in for Carter Jagger. Deacons on this one will handle it in the backcourt. Tyler Kraft heading to Moorhead, going across the river to play in the MIAC next year. For the Concordia Cobbers, will handle the basketball here. Takes a dribble. He'll shoot the three-pointer, short rebound by Fode Sharif. Sharif now in transition, finds Hagerly. Hagerly almost goes out of bounds, finds Limke. Three, yes sir! Limke with his 47th made three-pointer of the season. He has hit 3 or more threes now in 11 games for West Fargo this year. Just great hustle by Hagerly to save it, but as it went out of bounds, and he gets the assist. Pollard tries the answer three, and he tickles a twine. Pollard now with 8 points on the evening. His second made three, and an answer three by the Deacons. Hagerly, left wing free throw line extended, looking on the inside. Sharif rises, he'll shoot the three, that is short. Ball gets tapped down right to Carson Hagerly. Hagerly now to Carlson. Carlson will handle it to the baseline, now to the top of the key. Gets the ball back, Carlson, right wing three-pointer off the line. Rebound goes to Connor Kraft, his fifth board. Pollard in the front court here for Fargo. Shanley Deacons trailing it by 14, gives it to Tyler Kraft. Tyler Kraft with the basketball, takes a ball screen here. Fargo Shanley can hold for the final shot of the half if they want. Soka Porter around the horn, now right-hand side to Connor Kraft. Kraft trying to back his defender down as it's down to 6 seconds, 7 seconds. Kraft gets the shot to go. Now in double digits, Packers with 2 seconds. One half-court shot by Carlson off the front of the rim, and that's how we'll end our first half of play. After one half of play in EDC boys basketball, the West Fargo Packers lead at 44-32. Kanan Zepeda with 16 first-half points leads the West Fargo Packers with 4 made threes. Well, for the Fargo Shanley Deacons, they were led in the first half by the 10 points of Connor Kraft and 5 boards, with also 2 made threes by the junior forward. At the half again, West Fargo leads it by 12 on a United Savings Credit Union scoreboard. Halftime show is next from West Fargo.
This is Jim Berkemeyer, owner of R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Together with Bernie, we're inviting you to join us on a tour of Victoria, Vancouver, and the Canadian Rockies, July 14th through 23rd. On this tour, we'll visit historic Victoria, tour the breathtaking Butchert Gardens, and experience the stunning scenery of the Canadian Rockies via rails train. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ. Learn more about this tour and watch the travel show, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure. Remember the keyword RJ.
We built Irie Insurance with one philosophy: hire great people and provide great service and options. We want to help protect your home, farm, crops, personal, and your businesses. Hello, this is Shane with Irie Insurance, and since day one, we have followed this golden rule to help protect you. That's why we have so many locations like West Fargo, Devils Lake, Hope, Hillsborough, Macville, and Towner. To find out more about Irie Insurance, go to IrieInsurance.com. Irie Insurance is an equal opportunity employer and provider.
Coming June 23rd through the 25th at Brainerd International Raceway, the Midwest Premier Country and Rock Festival. Lakes Jam presented by R&J Broadcasting. Hear John Party, Tesla, Gabby Barrett, Warrant, Kicks, Mark Wills, and more. It's more than a music festival with watercross, drifting, poker tourneys, lawnmower racing, and more. For tickets and more information, visit lakesjam.com.
At the half here on your United Savings Credit Union scoreboard, the West Fargo Packers lead at 44-32. Taking a look at the first half numbers, West Fargo with 7 players in the scoring column. They go 3 of 3 from the line, but 9 three-pointers by 4 different players here for the West Fargo Packers. West Fargo also at 10 first half turnovers. For the Fargo Shanley Deacons in the first half, 6 players in the scoring column. They would go 5 of 7 from the free throw line, and 5 made three-pointers here for the Fargo-Shanley Deacons. 10 first-half turnovers. West Fargo individual numbers: Kaden Zepeda, 16 points, 4 made threes here for the 6'1 senior. 9 points by Brett Limke, the 6'1 senior guard, with 3 made threes. From there, you have 6 points by Fode Sharif, 1 of 1 from the stripe. 3 points by Jennings Grefstrud off the bench. 6 points, 4 boards for Nick Carlson off the bench, and 2 points by Parker Nelson. Again, the West Fargo Packers led by the 16 of Zepeda. For the Fargo-Shanley Deacons, they in the first half were led by Connor Kraft with 10 points, 2 made threes, and 2 of 2 from the line. You had 8 points then from Jack Pollard, who's got 2 threes. 6 points by Vakiri Hakim. 4 points by Carter Jager with a triple. 2 apiece by Tyler Kraft and Anthony Water, who's 2 of 2 from the free throw line. At the half, it's West Fargo 44, Fargo-Shanley 32. When we come back, we'll recap what happened in the girls' game and take a look at your out-of-town scoreboard. That's all coming up here on our halftime show.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Going to NDSCS, I found out way more than just like sports. I met a lot of people just on my floor, and then different activities you could go to that were on campus. I for sure will look back on all the memories and love it. My name is Grace, and I'm here for my future.
First week of college, I can't tell you how many friends I've made. It's a family, you know what I mean? Like every time I go to a meeting, like everyone knows my name. They're always kind to me. I love it. I can't explain how much I love it here. My name is Junior, and I'm here for my future.
If you want help from a firm who has integrity, respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the benefit of the community, then look no further than Onstead Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys are dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsboro, and Castleton, or visit our website at www.onsteadlaw.com.
In the boys contest, the West Fargo Packers with a 12-point advantage. Earlier tonight in the girls game, the West Fargo Packers defeated the Fargo-Shanley Deacons 61-58. Riley Simon went over 1,000 career points, finished with 23 points, 11 boards. Solveig Seymour had 15 points and 5 made threes. Also in the win for West Fargo, Emily Strema had herself a phenomenal night for the Deacons. 25 points and 11 rebounds in the loss for Fargo-Shanley. Out-of-town scoreboard, EDC boys hockey, a final Fargo South over West Fargo Cheyenne. Fargo South Shanley with the 4-1 win over West Fargo Cheyenne in EDC boys hockey. The winner will play the winner of Grand Forks River West Fargo in the semifinals on the 18th here on Friday. Taking a look at your out-of-town scoreboard in that game, Red River and West Fargo. It's 4-2 Rough Riders over the West Fargo Packers in your out-of-town scoreboard in hockey. Coming up here on your live event later this week, go to yourliveevent.com. We'll have audio-only coverage of State Class B and Class A wrestling. That'll begin on Thursday from the Fargo Dome. On Saturday, you'll have the duels beginning for Class A and Class B as well. Dip our toe back into the basketball region on Thursday. Hillsboro Central Valley and North Border in a good Region 2 boys basketball game. That'll be on the way at 7:30. Then Region 1 Class B girls basketball, the Region 1 play-in round, that begins on Thursday night with Lisbon and Maple River, a game that you'll find right here on your live event. The winner will play Kindred in the quarterfinals. We will have the Region 1 girls basketball quarterfinals for you starting Monday, February 21st, and the Region 2 girls basketball quarterfinals also the same day. That'll be up at the Betty, Region 1 at the Shield Center for you here on your live event. Again, at the half, Packers lead it by 12. Second half actions next on your live event.
Since 1981, Park Christian School has been educating the next generation of leaders in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo area. Park Christian's thoroughly Christian education and commitment to academic excellence has resulted in a confident tradition of student success. Students graduate from Park Christian School strong in their faith and well prepared for the rigors of college, career, and relationships. Call 218-236-0500 to schedule your visit or go online to parkchristianschool.org.
Degelman does put the effort and time into their employees by training them.
It's something that you think you couldn't do, but you can actually do it because you were trained to do it.
Once I got my confidence up, now I just feel pride.
I'm very proud to be leading the team that builds the toughest product in the manufacturing and agricultural industry.
My dream career is to be an esthetician because it allows me to branch out and do different things on different people every day.
My dream career is to be a cosmetologist, and that's because I enjoy putting a smile on other people's faces. Putting a smile on other people's faces also puts a smile on my face.
My dream career is to be a massage therapist because I get to help people every day.
My dream career is becoming a nail tech because there are endless possibilities and I can get really creative with it.
As we get ready here for the second half, the West Fargo Packers lead at 44-32. Earlier tonight in girls basketball, West Fargo Cheyenne beat Grand Forks Red River 66-63, which means Red River and Cheyenne now are tied at 14-3 in the conference. West Fargo is 13-4, and West Fargo plays Red River upcoming on Friday night. That'll be a doozy between the Packers and the Rough Riders here in West Fargo. So that's an awfully large game upcoming in terms of seeding. West Fargo Cheyenne with the 3-point win over the Rough Riders in EDC girls basketball. And for Red River, they have a tough stretch here coming up with West Fargo, Fargo Davies as well in girls basketball. Here in the boys contest, first half, Kenan Zepeda leading the way for West Fargo with 16 points. Fargo Shanley led by the 10 points of Connor Kraft. As we get ready for this second half, you're going to have Jack Pollard in the backcourt with Jager. You have a Kim, Connor, and Tyler Kraft respectively here for Fargo Shanley as West Fargo matches with a little man defense. Tyler Kraft right-hand side with it. Now around the horn, shooting a three is going to be Pollard, and he rattles it in. Jack Pollard with his third made three of the game. He's got 21 on the season, and the Deacons see that deficit cut down to 9. Well, 2-3 zone continues here. Ball goes to Parker Nelson, left pocket. Three for the answer. Nelson with the triple, his 15th three of the season, and as West Fargo has done for the majority of the game, just when you think Shanley might get on a little run, West Fargo either makes a offensive or defensive play here. Jager with the basketball. Parker Nelson does a good job to wall him up there. Pollard at the right-hand side between the circles. Tyler Kraft will rise, shoot, and that one is off the iron. Rebound to Fode Sharif, his 5th of the contest. Hagerly now works with it the other end of the floor. Finds it to Limke. Limke at the right wing on this 2-3 matchup zone. Nelson, Zepeda, Limke, Hagerly, and Sharif, the original starting 5 as well here for West Fargo. Limke drives, Zepeda top of the key, high-arching three. That's going to be off the rim. Good job by Connor Kraft to go after that one. A loose ball, but then turnover as Parker Nelson tries to get it. Can't. The follow-up, though, by Carson Hagerly. Hagerly with his first field goal of the game comes at the 16:40 mark. Packers up by 14 points. 5 boards, 4 points here for Hagerly. Ball goes right-hand side as in the interior now, going down the other end. Fode Sharif shot off the mark. Rebound goes to Caden Zepeda, his first of the contest. Zepeda with it, finds it right-hand side to Parker Nelson. Driving kick to Limke. Limke to Zepeda, back to Limke. Those two have hit a lot of threes here tonight combined. Fode Sharif on the inside, leaves it to Parker Nelson. Nelson wrap around pass to Fode Sharif for 2 off the window. Fode Sharif now with 8 points in the contest. The Packers lead it by 16. West Fargo has hit 10 threes as a team here this evening as they lead it by 16 points. Fargo-Shanley, as much as the offense needs to come defensively, they'll have to play a really good 4 or 5 minute stretch and try to get West Fargo off balance a little bit here as a shot is off the mark by Carter Jager. West Fargo will bring it up the front court now with Brett Limke. Limke in the front court here for West Fargo. A little 2-3 zone continues here on the high side. Sharif goes hard down the paint off the window. No, Sharif offensive rebound, spins inside one more time. Yes! Sharif in double figures now with 10 and 6. West Fargo with an 18-point edge. Will bring it up the court now as they'll handle it with Kraft. This one with Connor, left-hand side of Carter Jager. Jager with a jab step, takes the dribble, zips it across the paint. Fode Sharif is there, batted away. Turnover on Fargo. Shanley up the other end of the floor. There's Sharif and a blocking foul. Sharif with the end one. 12 points now and a chance to get to 13 at the line. The foul on Jager, his second, team's first. And checking in here for Fargo-Shanley, the Alex Wilcock as Jager will check out. Free throw attempt here for Sharif. That's a chance to get up by 21 points now for West Fargo. Free throw attempts, got it to go. Packers now 4-4 from the free throw line, and everything that West Fargo can do offensively is felt like, if you're a Fargo-Shanley fan, is just gone in and some. West Fargo can seem to do no wrong here in this one. Shanley down by 21 points right now. We'll see if they can mount a comeback. It'll help with a three-pointer here by Wilcock off the bench, and he got it. Wheelock with the triple. And a three-pointer definitely helps for Shanley, but now you got to get some stops. But there it is again. Fode Sharif just going right down the paint now with 15 points here for the Packers. Fargo-Shanley goes the other end of the floor with Hakim. Hakim, nice bounce pass across the paint, but better defense by Parker Nelson. Sharif and Hakim are tied up for it, and possession arrow will go to the West Fargo Packers. West Fargo 14 points here in the second half so far. Fargo-Shanley held to 6. Shanley got it back within single digits with a triple by Jack Pollard, and since then they haven't scored with Fargo-Shanley in terms of the 3 points outside the Alex Wheelock triple there just moments ago. This one goes to Lemke. Lemke probing on this man defense now to Hagerly. Back to Sharif, guarded by Hakim. And Sharif will travel with the basketball. Turnover here on the Packers. Nick Carlson will check into the game for Carson Hagerly. Carlson so far 6 points, 4 rebounds. Comes in averaging 16 and 7 per contest. 14 minutes left to play in United Savings Credit Union scoreboard here. As Fargo-Shanley will leave it left-hand side. That'll be to Jackson Paul. Paul top of the key, right wing now to Tyler Kraft. Kraft trying to back his defender down to the right-hand side as that'll be to Jack Pollard. Pollard with the basketball, bounce pass to the baseline here. Ball gets skipped back out to Pollard. Right wing three, tickles the twine. Pollard with his fourth made 3 of the contest. He's got 14 to lead the floor here for Fargo-Shanley. Carlson the other end of the floor now for the Packers. Back to Sharif. Sharif to Parker Nelson. Nelson crossing over right to left, goes hard down the paint, and there's a foul, and count it. Parker Nelson now with 7. The and one opportunity here for the 5'11 senior. Foul will be on Hakim, his first, and the team's second. Parker Nelson goes to the line to shoot the and one opportunity, and he gets it to go. Nelson came out with a three-pointer to start the second half for West Fargo, now with 8 points in the game. That's right where his season average is. This one goes across the paint, open, it's Pollard. Extra pass goes to Tyler Kraft, right wing three-pointer. That's off the front of the rim, and we're going to have a foul here on Fargo-Shanley. Jackson Paul will pick up his second, team's third, as it goes back to the West Fargo Packers. Packers lead it by 20. With 13-14 left to play here in regulation, largest West Fargo lead at 23. Fargo-Shanley starting to get to that point where they got to really start hunkering down here. Where Zepeda leaves it to Carlson. Carlson looking to rip it through, finds a cutting Parker Nelson. Nelson shot up off the mark. No, ball goes out of play and stays with West Fargo. Once you start trailing by 15, 20 points in a game, it really starts coming down to possessions, and 13 minutes is still a lot of time left to get a run going here as Connor Kraft will check in. We've seen Connor Kraft go off for 35 and 30 points respectively in a game. It can be done, but it almost is now getting to the point where Shanley has to play a near perfect type of second half for the remaining part of this game to really put some more pressure on the Packers as we have a timeout here as Coach Palczewski saw his man, and Kaden Zepeda on the floor will break with him. 12:47 left to play in regulation. Packers lead it by 20.
You're ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
We return here to the court in West Fargo. 61-41 Packers with the advantage. Reggie Funk handling the camera. Chase Miller with you here on yourliveevent.com. It's EDC boys basketball. Earlier today, the girls contest. The West Fargo Packers won the girls game. As we mentioned before the break, timeout by West Fargo. They have 3 remaining, the same for Fargo Shanley. Limke thought about a 3. Now he'll shoot the 3. Triple on the way. Got it to go. Brett Limke now with 12. His 4th made 3 of the night. His season high is 6. He's done it twice. This one goes the other end as Kraft gets fouled. This will be on the floor, and this will be the first foul on West Fargo as a team. Fargo Shanley with 3. Foul comes on Nick Carlson, his first, team's first. So Kanan Zepeda has 4 3-pointers, and you have 4 for Limke. They have 8 of the 11 here by the Packers tonight. Ball goes to the high post. Now back to Kraft. Tyler's trying to back his defender down, looking backdoor for Connor. Connor goes hard in an offensive charge. Fode Sharif was there. Connor Kraft picks up the foul, his second, team's 4th. As that'll be a foul here on Connor, and the Packers able to go the other end of the floor now with the basketball. Hagerly will check in as Grefsrud and Hagerly will check in as Sharif and Parker Nelson will check out here for West Fargo. Limke in the front court, leave it right-hand side to Carlson. Carlson backing his defender down, leaves it to Hagerly. Now back up top around the horn to Limke. Limke rips it through, takes a couple hard dribbles to Carlson. Carlson goes hard down the paint, left-handed shot, no. Rebound comes down to Hakim. Hakim will go down the other end of the floor now for Fargo Shanley. Finds an open Alex Wheelock. Shot off the mark. Limke with the rebound. Limke goes the other end of the floor here. Finds a trailing Zepeda. Zepeda back to Limke here at the top of the key. Limke probing, looking, finds Grefsrud. Back to Limke here. Limke takes a couple hard dribbles to the right short corner. Now to Zepeda. Zepeda pops a pass around the horn to Hagerly. Hagerly left wing looks to get by his man. Does hang, shoot, shot off the mark, and a board at Connor Kraft is 7, but then a turnover. Here comes Hagerly inside the paint for 2. Hagerly with 6 points and 5 rebounds. He hasn't needed to do the scoring, though, here tonight. Ball goes off a play, last touch off of West Fargo. If you'd probably tell anyone from Fargo Shanley that Hagerly would be limited to 6 points here with 11 minutes left to go in the first half, you would have said you would have taken it. The problem is Limke and Zepeda have just gone off from beyond the arc, and they've been able to handle the offensive firepower here by the Packers as Hakim lost it on the way up. Shanley, Wahpeton, and Devils Lake to close off the regular season. Devils Lake 4-11 in conference. Wahpeton at 1-15 as Warner will check in for Kraft. For West Fargo, they will square off with North, who's number 6 in the conference at 9-7 on Thursday, then play at Red River, who beat West Fargo earlier this season here on this home court, scoring 101 points. Red River at 8-5 in conference play. This one to the top. Carlson rips it through, leaves it left-hand side to Hagerly. Hagerly back to Zepeda, right-hand side to Carlson. Carlson back up top to Hagerly. Hagerly looking back door with the basketball. Finds Limke. Limke, a deep three off the front iron. Rebound goes down to Jackson Paul. And then it's a turnover. There's Zepeda inside Hagerly and the end one. Hagerly now with 8 points. Gives Zepeda the assist. And a foul here comes on Fargo-Shanley on the and one. That'll be their 5th team foul of the game. This is on Jackson Paul. He has started, and West Fargo starting to run away with this one here with under 11 minutes to play in regulation. Hagerly goes to line, trying to get to 9 points on the evening. Does now 3 of 3 from the free throw line. Hagerly with some monster free throws at the end of regulation against Fargo South on Saturday, where there was an intentional foul, then a technical foul, all in the same possession on South. Hagerly went to the line, made a 2-point game, a 5-point game, going 3 of 4 from the stripe, and has continued that shooting from the line here late. Also in this contest, Limke finds Hagerly. Hagerly driving kick to Zepeda, gets the ball back around the horn. This one goes to Gressrud. Gressrud finds Hagerly. Hagerly takes a crow hop down the paint, spins to the baseline, got it to go. Carson Hagerly in double digits now with 11 points on the evening. And the Packers with their largest lead of the game at 30 right now as we have a blocking foul. The blocking foul here will be on Caden Zepeda. Zepeda will get called for the foul, his second, team second. As we have a couple of substitutions as Parker Nelson and Fode Sharif will check into the contest. For Fargo-Shanley, this one will be with Kraft. Kraft with the basketball, rips it through right to left here for Tyler. At the right wing to the baseline of Pollard. Pollard looking on the inside of Warner, and getting in front was Nick Carlson. The ball will stay with the Fargo-Shanley Deacons. The season low for Fargo-Shanley, 42 points against West Fargo-Cheyenne on January the 18th. Shanley goes inside to Warner. Shot off the mark, no good. Warner tries to stay with it. Jackson Paul with the offensive putback. That one rattles out. It's been that kind of night if you're a Fargo-Shanley fan. Really good looks, just unable to go. Other end of the court, Parker Nelson gets the assist to Fode Sharif. He's got 17 now, does Sharif give Nelson the assist, and the Packers are opening this one up with 9:30 left to play here in regulation, and Carlson gets the steal. Carlson will see if he tries to dunk it. He tried with the right hand, hits the front of the rim. Ball goes to Kraft. That's going to be Tyler and Coach Palczewski saying, all right, Carlson, get up, got to play. Ball goes to the other side of Warner, and we'll stay with West Fargo. That's one where it's 9 minutes left to play in regulation. You don't mind if you're a coach, because Carlson trying to get up and dunk the ball as he'll check out, as Limke will check in. Probably just make sure that Nick is all right and he didn't hit an elbow or something. If it was a 2-point, 3-point game, for example, that's one where you'd just rather see the layup regardless. Warner, good move, just unable to finish at the rim. Fode Sharif with the rebound. Sharif up the other end of the floor here to Limke. Limke goes down the paint, driving kick. Parker Nelson, right baseline. Three! The rainbow finds gold. Parker Nelson with double digits with 11 on the night, his second main three. Other end of the floor, Pollard off the mark. Rebound, Warner, put back good for 2. Warner now with 4 points and 2 boards. This one goes Carson Hagerly. Hagerly hang, shoot from the right short corner off the mark. Rebound comes down to Anthony Warner. The Shanley Deacons will bring the ball in the front court now. That's to Tyler Kraft. Right-hand side here with the 3-point, wearing number 3 is Soka Porter. Inside to Warner. Warner over Fode Sharif for 2. Anthony Warner with 6 points. Good baseline move, able to go hard to the paint. West Fargo, this will be with Limke. Limke to left-hand side. Sharif with the shot fake, goes to the 10 and finishes with the left hand and count it. Fode Sharif now with 19 points, a chance to make it 20 at the line, and the foul comes on Anthony Warner, his first, and the team's 6th. Substitution here is checking in will be Connor Kraft as Jack Pollard will return. Caden Chrisman, a 6'1" sophomore, will check into the contest here for Shanley in for Jackson Paul. Going to the free throw line will be Fode Sharif. Sharif on the season, 30 of 41 from the free throw line. Now make him 31 of 42. And Sharif with 20 points. scored 16 or more now in his last 5 games, including tonight. Fode Sharif, he has been on a tear, particularly once he got in the starting lineup and scored 32 at Fargo-Davies last Friday. Kraft goes hard down the paint the other side, and that's going to be a foul here on the floor. Foul here will be on West Fargo. Hagerly, his second, team's third. And Shanley will inbound it here with Chrisman. Goes to Warner. Warner looking to back his defender down. Bounce pass across the paint. Gets stolen away. Here comes Parker Nelson. Nelson will handle it here for West Fargo. Nelson goes between the legs to Limke around the horn of Sharif. Sharif takes a couple of dribbles now to Hagerly. Hagerly left-hand side to Limke. Around to Grefsrud. Grefsrud with the basketball. Takes a couple hard dribbles. Reverse shot gets blocked, and the board comes down to Connor Kraft. Kraft with the basketball goes the other side. Check that, that's Tyler. But Connor goes to 10. No. Rebound put back by Warner, yes. Anthony now with 8 points and 4 rebounds. Here for Fargo Shanley. Sharif other end of the floor. 3-pointers long. And rebound goes to Soka Porter, and a foul here. This will be with Parker Nelson. Foul will be on Nelson, his third, team's fourth. And Kenan Zepeda will check in for the West Fargo Packers. He'll come in for Parker Nelson with 7:23 left to play in regulation. With this result, West Fargo will improve to 14-3 on the season. Well, on the opposite side for Fargo Shanley, with this result, they will drop to 10-9 on the year. This one goes right-hand side. A 3-game losing streak comes to a close for Shanley, while on the opposite side for West Fargo, they'll improve their winning streak to 4 straight. Ball goes out of play, and this will stay with Fargo Shanley. The Packers' losses this season: Fargo-Davies by 9, Red River by 17 here at West Fargo on January the 11th. A 5-point loss against West Fargo Cheyenne as well the last time they played here on January the 28th. Well, those are our losses all to the upper echelon here of the EDC. Shot off the mark, no. Rebound put back by Connor Kraft, yes. Connor's first points of this second half. He's got 12 points and 8 rebounds. Sharif picks up the foul, his first, team's fifth, and going to the line is going to be Connor Kraft. Free throw attempt here by Kraft, got it to go now with 13 points. West Fargo with this win, just an emphatic exclamation point in terms of a team that at last year as well just kind of started playing a little bit better once they got to February. They were a quality ball club last season, but just seemed like they had the right mix and the ball was moving, and that's one thing Coach Balcheski said earlier in the season. The ball is sticking too much dribbling, not enough passing, and we've seen just a lot of unselfish play here tonight like that by Hagerly. Shot by Grefsrud off the mark. Rebound comes down to Tyler Kraft. Other end of the floor here is Soka Porter with a little Euro step across the paint. For Coach Paper, he mentioned about, taking better care of the ball after having 25-plus turnovers against West Fargo the last time they played in a overtime loss. Right now they're at 17 here for Fargo Shanley tonight, a team that defensively prides themselves on that side of the ball. Limke, 3-pointer off the mark. Rebound comes down to Anthony Warner. The most points they've given up this year, Fargo Shanley 89 against St. Mary's in their season opener. Brett Limke gets on the floor. West Fargo handles it. 3-pointer by Fode Sharif. That's going to be off the mark and a board at Connor Kraft. And a squad that prides themselves on defense, just unable to slow down West Fargo's offense enough here in this one. Started off great. 7-0 start by the Deacons. As Kraft gets fouled in the act of shooting, Zepeda picks up the foul. His third, team's sixth. And this was one of those games where if you're Shanley, just played the wrong team on the wrong night, because if West Fargo plays like this throughout the majority of games to close out the regular season and into the EDC tournament, they're going to be a very tough out and a team that's trying to make it back to state and defend their state championship. Parker Nelson will check in for Carson Hagerly. Water checks out for Shanley as Hakim will come in. Joel Pease and Carter Bierencott, 2 guys that graduated from last year. West Fargo brought a lot of guys back on the side of the ball here, where you just look at Limke, Parker Nelson, Zepeda was able to play some minutes. Hagerly played a lot, Nick Carlson as well as last season. So they had a really good makeup back. It was just a matter how deep would Adam Polcheski go on his bench, and we've seen here a 7-man rotation for most of the season. Good crossover by Limke to the baseline. Grefsrud. Ball gets skipped. Parker Nelson rises for 3 off the front iron. Nelson, though, tries to save it. Ball gets pinballed around, and Zepeda will keep it, but now it's a turnover. Other end of the floor here is Kraft, as this one goes with Connor to the paint, off the mark. Rebound by Fode Sharif. Is 8th. Ball goes up the floor to Limke. Limke takes a couple of dribbles now for the Packers as West Fargo will look to use up some time here and move the ball around. This one goes to Fode Sharif. Sharif looking back door, and a turnover here on West Fargo. Going the other end of the floor is Kraft. Tries to finish with the left hand, unable to do so, on a board to Jaden Grefsrud. Now we're going to get a foul here in the backcourt. Foul will come on Fargo Shanley. That'll be his second on a Kim. Team 7th, and will shoot a 1-and-1 as the Packers go to the bench. Cole Tiedemann will check into the contest, as going to the free throw line to shoot the 1-and-1 will be Jaden Grefsrud. Grefsrud 17 of 22 from the free throw line this season for West Fargo. Packers go to the line to shoot the front end of a 1-and-1. Free throw attempts by Grefsrud is long. Rebound comes underneath. That goes to Connor Kraft, working on a double-double performance here tonight. We got him down for 13 points and 10 rebounds right now as Tyler Kraft brings in the front court. Kraft looks on the baseline. Ball gets skipped. Now to Hakim on the inside on the high-low game. Hakim with the shot fake goes from left to the right block and finishes for 2. Hakim now with 8 points on the evening. Game that started at 7:54 tonight. Just a little bit over an hour old. This one goes right-hand side as Parker Nelson hits the deck right in front of us. Looks to be all right. Sharif's going to get fouled in the act of shooting. Fode, 20 points on the evening. Season high of 32. Just been efficient. 6 points in the first half. He's had 6 field goals here in the second. Foul comes on at Kim. His second foul in the last handful of seconds of game action. Sharif goes to the line. First of 2. Misses the first. We'll Tiedemann again into the game for West Fargo. For Fargo Shanley, Jack Pollard, Anthony Water, and also Carter Jager. Coach Palczewski more than likely here in the next minute or so. We'll go a little bit deeper to the bench. Sometimes you don't want a game where you have a bad finish to carry over into practice or carry over into another game, as West Fargo again will play on Thursday and Friday here. So 3 games in 4 days, getting them ready for the EDC tournament in 2 weeks. Or you'll play a game on Tuesday, then get ready for a game on Friday and Saturday. This one goes left-hand side. Chrisman lost it on the deck with the bounce pass here. Staving it before it goes out of play is Wheelock. I'll make that Jager. Jager with the basketball, looking back door to Soka Porter. Extra pass goes to the left short corner, and Sharif went up in the air on the shot fake, and a foul coming here on Fode. That'll be his second, team 7th. We'll see if it's in the act of shooting or on the ground. If it will be bonus or shooting 2. At the line will be Chrisman. Chrisman on the season, a 6'1" sophomore guard. Will shoot the 1-and-1. Misses the free throw attempt. And Sharif saves it before it goes out of play. Fode in the front court now for West Fargo. Leaves it right-hand side to Parker Nelson. Nelson with it. Back to the top of the key to Brett Limke. Limke rips it through right-hand side. Sharif. Sharif looks for a bounce pass across the paint to Tiedemann. Now it goes to Nelson. Parker Nelson to Sharif. Sharif with a shot fake. Gets fouled and count it. There's the exclamation point. Fode now with 22 points. Anthony Water with the foul. His second, team's 9th. And West Fargo with Fode Sharif will go to the free throw line for an and-one opportunity. West Fargo Packers have hit their season average of 80 points per contest. They have surpassed that here and added a little extra with the free throw attempt by Fode Sharif with 23 points. He'll check out. Coming in will be Isaac Fitz, a 6'1" junior guard. On the opposite side for Fargo Shanley, they'll see a little full court pressure defense. First half, West Fargo 44 points. Fargo Shanley 32. The Deacons cut it down to 9 right away in the start to second half, but then a three-pointer by Parker Nelson, and then the onslaught was on after that by West Fargo as they just continue to put pedal to the metal here tonight in EDC boys basketball. A team that continues to improve, a little game in and game out for Fargo Shanley. Still some things to work on here with a week and a half left to play before postseason play officially starts. The question is for Shanley with this result, will they end up being in the top 5 seed as Limke soars inside the paint for a 2-pointer? Lemke with 14. The question is for Shanley, if you're the 6th seed, you have to play in a play-in game a week from Saturday you would host. Or can Shanley earn a bye into the quarterfinals and maybe be that number 4 seed? As you got North, you have Shanley, you have Red River, all just kind of in a cluster, and even South is not too far behind if South could take care of some business. They had a tough game, though, tonight against Fargo-Davies on the road in South Fargo. Shot clock down to 2, down to 1. Someone's going to get a shot off. Jager tries to. Shot is off, and that's off the mark. The rebound comes down to Parker Nelson. Nelson with it in the front court. Now at the 2-minute mark here in this contest, Kanan Zepeda scored 16 points in the first half. Out scoreless here, but in the first half, again, a season high in points and a season high in threes with 4. Just came out instantly, and he was open. He had the green light. He shot it, and he buried him most times than not. Zepeda, 3 off the mark. Rebound comes to Jack Pollard, and a timeout here. Adam Polchescu is trying to call a timeout for a substitution, as they will have a substitution timeout. So both teams will clear the benches here. The West Fargo Packers get a nice round of applause as Nick Perry's a 5'11 junior will check in. Max Fowl, a 5'11 junior guard as well into the game for the West Fargo Packers. And Peyton McGregor, a 5'9 junior. Alex Wheelcock in for Fargo Shanley. Caden Chrisman as well, as this one is going to go in the front court here as the Deacons will also make one other substitution here. As this one almost going to get thrown away, and it is. West Fargo able to get the steal. Left-handed layup for 2 by Peyton McGregor. Peyton McGregor might have tweaked a hamstring while doing it as he kind of went up and lost it from the right to the left-hand side, and looks to be all right now, just trying to stretch out. Alex Wheelock will handle it here for Fargo Shanley. Now on the right-hand side of Dukart. Dukart takes a ball screen, top of the key, with just about a minute to play here in regulation. This one is going to be Aho. Going hard to the paint, gets fouled, and going to the line. Foul coming here on the West Fargo Packers. It's going to be on Prairie's. His first team's age shooting 2 is going to be Jackson Aho, the 6-foot junior. Free throw attempt made the first. Substitution as West Fargo will go a little bit deeper into the bench. Max Schell will check in. Also Noah Yonke. Free throw attempt number 2 here is off the front iron. This one a loose ball won by Fargo Shanley. Bounce pass across the paint, left-handed layup, good for 2. Joey Dukart, after the offensive opportunity in West Fargo, has an injury timeout here, as this will be with the Packers, as this one will go to the baseline here, as West Fargo will come out of the game, and trying to put some pressure on it is Nick Perry's, as we just mentioned moments ago for West Fargo. That was going to be a different player that might check out, but now Perry's will come out of the game. Nick, a 5'11 junior guard. And he will check out, and you just hope, again, it's more of a tweaked ankle. Maybe it might be a sprain, but you just hope it's just a rolled ankle. Ice it up tonight, and then hopefully you reassess it a little bit more tomorrow, and maybe might have to miss that North game on Thursday and then another contest on Friday. But Prairie's will check out. This one goes right through the hands of Isaac Fitz, as Shanley will handle it now the other end. So West Fargo Packers with this result will win their 4th straight game, go to 12-3 in conference play, 14-3 on the season. On the opposite side for Fargo Shanley, they will drop to 10-9 overall, and they will drop to 10-8 in conference play, as we're going to have a turnover here on the Deacons. All that West Fargo needs to do now is inbound the ball, bring it in the front court here, and the West Fargo Packers will go on to win. As we mentioned, a busy week with North and Red River, something that you could see in the EDC tournament, playing teams that are right in the middle of the thick of things in the EDC. For Fargo Shanley, 2 games left in the regular season. Play a game on Friday, and then next week on Tuesday, a week from tonight. Then they'll figure out, do they have to play a week from Saturday in the play-in, or have they done enough to earn themselves a top 5 seed and earn a bye from 2 weeks tonight in the EDC quarterfinals. The West Fargo Packers, they final tonight here at home, defends home court with an 86-58 win. The West Fargo Packers led by the 23 points of Fode Sharif. He also had a phenomenal performance again in the first half by Kanan Zepeda with 16 points. On the opposite side for the Fargo Shanley Deacons, led by the 14 points of Connor Kraft, and he scored 10 of his 14 in the first half. Also, Jack Pollard finished with 14 points and 4 made threes. Your final on your United Savings Credit Union scoreboard. Packers win 86-58 here on your live event. Our post-game show is coming up next.
For all your flooring needs, look no further than Carlson Customs Incorporated. From tile, Cortex, and laminate flooring, waterproof floors, shower tiles, and carpet, you are sure to find what you need to update or create the perfect feel in your home or business. Locally owned and operated, Carlson Customs Incorporated. Call Todd at 218-531-0176.
As we come back on our post-game show on the United Savings Credit Union scoreboard, the West Fargo Packers win it by 28 for the Fargo-Shanley Deacons. Let's take a look at the final numbers in this one. Team numbers for both teams. West Fargo shot 49% from the floor, 12 of 28 from beyond the arc at 43%, and 8 of 11 from the free throw line. For Fargo-Shanley, 21 of 49 from the floor. Again, turnovers, 24 in the game for the Deacons, 8 of 20 from beyond the arc, and 7 of 12 from the free throw line. 24 turnovers for Shanley and 14 by West Fargo. Individual numbers, Fode Sharif, 23 points, 11 rebounds, another double-double. That's his 4th of the season. For Kenan Zepeda, a season-high 16 points, 3 boards. 14 by Brent Limke with 4 threes, 11 by Higgerly, and you also had 11 by Parker Nelson. Nick Carlson, 6 points, 7 rebounds. Grebster with 3 and 4. And Peyton McGregor with 2 points here for West Fargo. For the Fargo-Shanley Deacons, led by the 14 points, 9 boards of Connor Kraft. Jack Pollard again with 14 points, 4 made threes. 8 points by Anthony Water, 8 by Vakiria Kim, 4 points by Jager, 3 by Wheelock. You had 2 by Tyler Kraft, Soka Porter with 2, and 2 points by Joey Ducard. Again, the West Fargo Packers pick up the win, 86-57 here in EDC boys basketball. And earlier tonight in the girls' game, West Fargo wins it 61-58 over Shanley. Mariley Simon finished with 23 points, 11 rebounds, and surpassed 1,000 career points as well for the Packers in their win. Solveig Seymour of 5 made threes and 15 points. Emily Schramer with 25 and 11 points in the loss for the Fargo-Shanley Deacons. West Fargo has won 4 straight now in the series against the Deacons in the boys contest. They improved to 14-3 on the year, while Shanley drops to 10-9. On behalf of Reggie Funk, I'm Chase Miller repeating again tonight's finals, and thanks again to those that joined the conversation in our girls game. Head coach for Fargo-Shanley, Steve Jacobson, and Mike Benson of the West Fargo Packers. And join us on our IRA Insurance pregame show in the boys game, Adam Polcheski of West Fargo and Tony Paper of Fargo-Shanley. Again, your finals tonight, girls contest 61-58 in the girls game, and the boys game 86-58 on your United Savings Credit Union scoreboard. Check out your live event for complete coverage upcoming throughout the week here in February and March. Have a great rest of your Tuesday night.